Chess and Twitch, we're holding a Blitz tournament. The Sparkle Horse Blitz Arena. Sparkle Horse Arena, it's called. International Master. I don't know about that. Maybe, maybe not. If I can still... Not sure if I can still live up to that title, the way things are going right now. Fischer chess play was always razor sharp, rational, and brilliant. Dave Regis, whoever that is. I love these quotes from like random people I've never heard of. Regis and Kathy Lee. What's up, Masturbate? I see you hiding there. Let's get some players. I accidentally set the tournament to start a little bit earlier than I typically do, so some people might be surprised that the tournament is starting at 6:30 instead of 6:45. Actually, 6:32 instead of 6:35 or 45. But you are welcome to join the tournament. Join the Ponda and Horses Club. I wonder if Mr. Coffee's gonna be here or not today. Actually, what am I saying? Mr. Coffee's working. He should not be here. Maybe JCS will make it. Have you seen him around? Asturbate. This player did a join request. If you'd like to join the tournament, you have to join the Ponda and Horses Club. Although this player is blocked by me for some reason. I love it when I block people. Chess with Chris is now following. What's up, Chess with Chris? I know he's a streamer too. I love it when I block someone on lichess, and I should write like some sort of master list of why I block this person. Sometimes people just challenge me incessantly, like maybe 3 or 4 times in a row. I have to block them to stop them from challenging me. A lot of times that's why. Maybe I blocked somebody. Do that on the stream sometimes. You like get challenged, you say no, they challenge you again. You say no, they challenge you again. 7 Minuten. What's up, Asturbate? Nobody's here. Just because I never start this early. Plus, I've only been streaming from this time zone for 2 weeks at best. What's up, guys? Mr. Slowhand, 1000 Holiday Open Tournament from Thursday to Sunday. Wow. That's cool. I mean, that's kind of like an American style. Not to make everything American, but sort of an American style tournament. You know, this half week rather than the classic European thing where you somehow are supposed to play 1 game a day. But that's cool, Mr. Slowhand. You get to play some serious chess. He donated 1,000 bits for the week. Awesome. To get it started, Slowhand donated 1,000 bits. Asturbate, are you still watching commercials? Does that still bring in bits? I haven't seen... Can you still do that? Get the, like, 5 bits or whatever from watching commercials? Used to get those. So, guys, we're starting kind of early. I started the stream early to compensate for the early tournament start. But I'm going to try to stream a little bit more. Going to definitely try to stream more. I should think about streaming tomorrow, actually. Why not? Why the heck not? Actually, I have to record a video, but it's getting pushed back, so... Actually, tomorrow I should do a stream. I wasn't necessarily going to do it, but... Why don't we do the Weird Wednesday stream tomorrow? Let's just do it, man. Go back to 6 days a week. Mr. Coffee's here. Thanks, Mr. Coffee, just for stopping by. I know you have to work. Trouts is here. Guys, we're going to throw in a Wednesday stream. We'll go back with a Weird Wednesday, unusual opening stream for the first time in 6 months tomorrow. I've got nothing better to do. Phil McCracken. I feel like there was a chess player named Phil McCracken. That's weird. Sounds like a friend of a friend or someone that I didn't actually personally know. One of those Colorado people. Alright, guys. Back to 6 streams a week, starting tomorrow, Wednesday. What's the best way to find my tournament? I'm just going to put the link out there. Sorry, guys. I should be doing that anyway. Actually, I should really send the tournament announcement by email to our subscribers. But I feel like nobody pays attention to that or really reads those. Does anybody really read the email notifications about like my Thursday stream? Or do you just sort of see it's in your inbox and just know it exists? Does anyone actually take the time to read their emails? Alright guys, you have to actually try out. You have to join the Panda and Horses Club. Can we get the Panda and Horses Club? Can I get a link to that, please? Here. I know that there's a link here on Twitch. We're going to start in a minute, by the way, guys. This is for the Panda and Horses Club. And this is for the tournament. There's nobody here yet. I started it early a little bit by mistake. I usually start the tournament a few minutes later than the stream. That's lichess tournament. 33% of what? 33% chance to play me. Yeah, well, it usually starts slow. We usually get about 20 players. This guy Nordagon, he's blocked by me, and I don't know why, but I'm not going to accept people that are blocked into my tournament club. But I will, you know, pardon people. I don't know what he did, though. I don't know what he did to be blocked. He played a really good game where it's like very low Centipon loss. If I thought he was a computer or something. Anyway, guys, can't remember. Reboot the tournament. I don't really want to reboot it. People can join whenever. It's not like, you know, it starts and we can't join. It's fine if we start with just 6 players. It's really fine. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can join and leave whenever you want. It shouldn't be necessary to reboot. I think, basically. That's the cool thing. You know, the best thing about the arenas. 15-second master. Never even heard of him. So, who's 15-second master? Anybody want to take responsibility for being that person? That's you, Phil McCracken. Should we give you a chance? You've been on my stream before. We can always kick people out if they behave badly from the team. So, alright, Trouts is first. This is a wimpy move. I should really like start playing e4 and d4 exclusively. But just because it's a 5-minute Blitz tournament, I'm not going to start trying to think now. It's too late for that. Trout's busting the accelerated dragon. Good opening. Oh, so you don't know how to join the tournament? You haven't been around, right? You have to join the club. The Panda and Horses Club. Do you know how to do that? We'll get him in Marazzi. You know how to join clubs. You've been around lichess. Join our club, Panda and Horses, and don't ask about the name. It's a weird name, I know, but this is a weird stream. So try to join the Panda and Horses Club, and then you can join the tournament. Trouts has been studying, or something like that. Alright guys, if anybody wants to join the club, it doesn't matter, you're not too late. You're never too late, Can you join the tournament on mobile? I never use mobile for tournaments I kind of assumed you can. Actually, I never use lichess on my mobile phone. And I used to play some like unrated games and stuff anonymously, but Blobix, thanks again to I'm like coughing. I don't know what this is about, but thanks again to Slowhand for the donation of 1,000 bits. This is an old line that Jeremy Silman used to play. Remember Roman Gingiashvili and I discussing this. Silman came to Budapest years ago. I wasn't here. It feels like a Kalashnikov or something. Alright, Trout seems prepared. Bishop e6, putting pressure on c4. Blobix, thanks for sharing the tournament info there. Does anybody else know? Can you do tournaments from mobile? I mean, I kind of just assumed you can do everything. You need 15 rated games and join the club. Is OMS out there in the vast lost reaches of space? OMS, could you join our club yet? I don't know why I've got this cough going on. There was somebody at my poker game last night who was sick. I really find it hard to believe I could instantly get sick from being around one sick person. That would be pretty bad luck. Alright. Should we go with F4? I don't know. Playing the boss. Who is the boss? I'm not a boss. I suck. I'm losing every game I play. I even lose in poker. I lose my tournament games. I lose... Even here, like last stream, I was losing in Blitz. I think I have bad karma. Yeah, nobody was coughing on me directly. You know, with poker, though, like, I always get sick in casinos and stuff. Closed air. It wasn't a casino, though. Just made me think of that. Whenever I go somewhere like Las Vegas, the, like, confined air of places like that, like casinos, and I feel like it just breeds. It breeds germs. Stale air, convention centers, hotels. Alright, I haven't been talking at all today. No reason for me to be coughing or something. Anyways, enough of me. Let's talk about you. What is up, guys? Join the tournament. So OMS was in. I guess he had already joined the club. And got into the tournament. I can't see the tournament while I'm... Whoa, I just did something crazy to my windows. Please go back normally. Please go back normally, Windows, to where you were. Alright, Windows. So I'm not really focused yet on Trouts. He's caught me a little off guard with this line. Truthfully. I don't know. Almost nobody plays this variation for black. But having said that, it's probably not that bad. Probably new ideas have been worked out since the last time I looked at this, which was like 20 years ago. But basically, there was this book called Accelerated Dragons. And, you know, now that I think about it, John Donaldson wrote that like 20 years ago, but did he co-author that book with Jeremy Silman? Is that like hallucination of mine? I don't know. But it was a great book. You know, the only really good book ever written on the Accelerated Dragon. And Donaldson is like a amazing chess researcher. You're not going to get many better chess authors than that guy. Okay. So, it feels like a closed Sicilian, actually. No, your screen is not frozen. I just can't see how to make progress here. This is increment blitz. Damn, dude. I don't know how to get anything here. He could even play e4. Or that drops a pawn. I wouldn't want to play e4 if I was black. Not a good move. So we're just kind of waiting. The power of suggestion. Bishop e4, knight takes b3. Okay, Trouts. I could play bishop b1 and just ask you what you're going to do about it. Now, situation has clarified. Grabbing pawns. Old school. WJ Loof. Sorry. So today my house is being, the roof of my building was being like torn asunder and rebuilt. But they fortunately finished like right before the stream started. Otherwise you guys wouldn't be able to hear me talk. Alright. How many players do we have? Where is the tournament anyway? I wish I could see it here. Can't see the arena simultaneously. Okay, what we want to do is like trade off his bishop with bishop d4, and the game is basically over after that. He's just remaining with a bad structure. Blockade, Nimzovich. Words like that. Nimzovich, blockade, pawn structure. This e5 variation, it's anti-positional, you know. I mean, you create a holes on those squares, and you got to make it work somehow. Trout's really collapsing now. Rook f6 probably doesn't make it better. He's headed for mate though. Rook takes h2 check. Something like that. Oof. f5, queen h4. There, dude. Mate that. Mate that. Bishop g1. Not going to mate that. There's so many problems for black here. I mean, I have other moves, but I'm just too tired to find them. Probably this works. Quiet killer. Everything's protected. Okay, his rook e6. Nope. Bishop e6. Nope. Alright. I wonder where we left book there. I mean, I know like bishop takes d3. I thought was standard. Bishop e6 is new move. Anyway, guys, we got some new joiners. HTFP with the cheer. The new joiners to the Pawn and Horses Club. Okay, people I do not know. This is a totally random people. It's a totally random people. This guy at least has... We played him once before. He has a lot of games. Dr. Small, are you with us? I'm not going to just admit people randomly to the club. 100 bits from HTFP. Bishop G1. Can't mate Bishop G1. That was a move in an earlier game on a previous stream this week, I think. Or I was analyzing it somewhere in a game and it hadn't occurred to me. I'm supposed to be back at the tournament. Guys, if you want to be part of the team, introduce yourselves. I'm willing to let relatively new people into the Pawn and Horses Club, but you gotta at least say, hey, this guy had played me once before. So, Vadi Serhan. If you've played me once before, that adds credibility. If you talk or say hello in the stream, that helps. PSG Soccer Rook. He's got a strategy of playing as many games as possible. Alms is good. It's good to have Alms back. Germany is well represented. Mr. Slowhand. And then there's Asmir, Rubens. These players have played before. Trouts. This new player. Serhan. Jeroen is here, so we have a backup moderator. Actually, Mr. Coffee's not here, so he's sort of like the only moderator now. JCS is missing, right? Is that you, Bob? Oh, WJ Loop's working, like Mr. Coffee. Pennsylvania, it's a working state. Alright, blue collar. We have a blue collar stream. Knight c3. So, the Rogozin variation. I saw a game by White, I thought, recently. Let's try. Maybe Bishop g5 right away. I usually play Queen a4 check, but I'm kind of bored with that. It's really hard for White to get an edge here. What game was I looking at? It was a high-level game this past week. Maybe Bishop g5 instead of c takes d. I don't know which is better. I mean, they're both moves. I think I try to remember who it was that we saw. Oh, this is like a Nimzo. If I play Queen c2, we transpose to the classical Nimzo. Sorry, guys. Not good. So it's not really a classical Nimzo. Something else. Let's get some air in here. Bishop takes c3, A. Oh, I didn't even drink my beer yet. Got a beer. Gotta have a beer with the stream. Beer and coffee. Coffee and beer. Right, Queen c2, Queen f5. I lost the white side of a classical Nimzo on Sunday. The first one I played in like 10 years, probably. Should be a little more prepared before I go. Playing stuff for the first time in years. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, it's looking like black gave up the bishop, but this bishop's nothing special, so I can't really take advantage of his queen very easily. My bishop advantage is sort of somewhat debatable. It looks like white is better because of the strong pawn on d4, though. You can't take that away from me. Java Porters. Coffee and beer, that's perfect. Yeah, I don't know. There's various possibilities. I'm allergic to guinea pigs. The guy at the poker game last night got me sick. Rook d8. We have this like one player who's a germaphobe in my home poker game, and like if you're sick you have to like hide it. If he finds out he'll like freak out and leave. So don't tell him that you're sick. You have to like pretend you're not sick. Queen c2. I did smoke a cigar yesterday, but I didn't inhale. Alright. Queen c2. It's just like one of those classical Nimzos now. The problem is he can't break the center with c5 or e5. He's not getting in those breaks. And if he can't get in those breaks, he can't equalize. Although he may have e5 now. Bishop d3, e5 is actually interesting. Maybe I can play pawn takes e5, queen takes d3, queen takes d3, rook takes d3, pawn takes f6, and I'm just up a pawn. Up a ponda. Percy, you had a 5.5 hour over the board game. Now, how do you get 5.5 hours? Nobody's running time controls longer than 90 and 40 and sudden death 30 with 30-second increment. The maximum is 5 hours. So you have some old school British time control. I'm just giving up on accents. Need practice. You have an older, like, longer time control you were playing rather than this FIDE crap. That's cool. Black is not okay now. He's not really okay here. He's not equalizing. And I thought, like, earlier on, the plan should be for him to play, like, b6 and bishop a6. Something like b6. Either to play bishop a6 to trade the white squared bishop off, or just to fianchetto it. It would have been a good plan. I probably had d5, but again, you know, it's a little like yesterday, Turkey Farm. We had the same discussion the other day. You're always trying to cash in too early. Swan Watcher. Oh. I've got to pay closer attention to what I'm doing. Why do you suspect Swan Watcher? That name sounds... Now this one's a piece, right? No, he's got g4. I think that Turkey Farm has some sort of power of foresight or something. He actually predicted d5. That won a piece? Wait, it didn't win a piece before. It wins a piece now. You can still join the arena. I mean, that's the whole point. But you've got to join the club. I didn't hear from Dr. Small. Bone atrophy sounds familiar. Being from Greece, they're probably okay. Titan Chess from Malta. I'm a little concerned about Titan Chess's ratings. I got to make sure this knight in f3 doesn't get drawn away from defensive duty. It's the only thing stopping mate on h2. So I don't automatically accept everybody. Swan Watcher is Titan Chess with 7. Just one question, Swan Watcher. Why are you, like... Why is your rating 1889 in Rapid and 1200 in Classical? Can you explain that, please? How can you have, such a massive difference in rating between those two relatively similar time controls? I'm here to analyze everyone's ratings. That's my job. Alright. This is a little scary. I'm going to step up to G2. Maybe I can play knight H4. Now he should play queen H3 there. He should have played queen H3. Should have, could have, would have. So you have to pass a certain hazing process and answer a lot of questions to be part of this, part of the club. But when I see like a 600 point rating difference, it makes me suspicious of people's accounts. How could you be 1889 in Rapid and 1200 in Classical? Put him on the spot. Alright, I guess we'll trust him. He's got a short leash. You start playing like a computer, we're going to be very suspicious. Alright. It's not enough for black here. I have to watch this though. He's got a nice a nice tactic there. Actually, some serious little tactics. Rook takes d3. It looks kind of nasty. I have to be quite careful now. Diagonal could just kill me in 1 minute. Knight h4, knight f5, queen takes f5. I could easily lose a piece. So rook takes d3, rook takes d3. And I feel like he's not quite got enough here. Rook h4 probably can't hurt. Now I can't double. So what do I do? And I just put myself in a situation where I can't get out of this pin. That's not really good. Alright, let's redo this. That plan doesn't work. Maybe queen e2. Now just move away. Step away from the chalupa. Just not quite enough for black. I mean, it was fun while it lasted, but it shouldn't really work. He can win a pawn. He could have won a pawn there. Shouldn't be. Gotta give him credit for trying. Oh, this actually works. Queen f2. Yeah. You're Hungary now. Don't start with those jokes, please. I live in Hungary. We get that very corny joke all the time. What's up, guys? My asthmatic condition is kicking in. I don't know. When I was here in the spring last year, I had this really bad cough. And I think it's actually guinea pig related. My family has 2 guinea pigs and I'm allergic to them. Back to the tournament. PSG Soccer Rook, Alms, Mr. Slowhand, Sparklehorse, Jeroen, 10-year-old Asmir, Rubens, Fadi Serhan, and Amiiboid. Swan Watcher, follow me over at lichess. Alright. No computers, please. Guys, why isn't my donations updating? Like, I know that Mr. Slowhand donated 1,000 bits. My Twitch page is like not loading the donations. Whoa, we're gonna lose on time. You ruined. Oh, for F4. For something new and totally different. Don't play E5 against him. We looked at that on Thursday. His tournament game. What are you talking about, WJ Loof? What is that? Chalupas. Yeah, I never had Taco Bell when I was living in the United States. There was only like one Taco Bell, and it's kind of in a really crappy place where I lived, so. Alright. B3. I don't know why they don't have Taco Bell in Hungary, come to think of it. There's Pizza Hut and KFC. Why wouldn't they have Taco Bell? Aren't they like all part of the same company? Some marketing guy somewhere said, oh no, Hungarians don't like Taco Bell. Actually, it's not true though, because there's like tons of private Mexican restaurants. That was one of Bobby Fischer's favorite places to eat in Budapest. He liked to go to Mexican restaurants. I guess from years of living in Southern California. So we've got basically a Queen's Indian or English defense reversed. I've played this opening for black quite a bit. Pushing to d4 would be what I would do if I was like white with an extra tempo, probably. Alms is strong. Good player. We're glad to have him. Lucky to have him in the stream. Contributing here. Yeah, it has to do with Pepsi, right? Juicebox? Pepsi's not... really doesn't have the market share like Coca-Cola here. Pepsi's not as competitive in Hungary, I think. Like in the West. I mean, it's around everywhere, but it's not like a 50-50 competitor with Coca-Cola, I don't think. Not as strong. Bishop d3. If you're going to do it that way, I'm going to play g6. You know everything, Juicebox. Takes ages to negotiate a 7-Eleven in an awkward country. Yeah, the last time I mean, they have 7-Elevens in like Scandinavia, right? Like I went to Norway, they had 7-Eleven. I remember thinking that was kind of cool in a weird way. Yaron has his system really well worked out here. He's been scoring well against me. I had a lot of zeros for a while, but lately, been doing better. This is a good setup. I'm just slow. Still, I'm fairly solid, but this is about as good Nimzo Larson as you can ask for, I would think. He could even play like Bishop takes f6 maybe, but I guess not. Guys, what's up? We're going to throw in a Wednesday stream if I'm not coming down with some sort of illness tomorrow. Juicebox Wizard, where are you? Are you in Thailand? Oh, you're in Cambodia. You don't tell me they have Dairy Queen in Cambodia. Okay. Because I'm not going to believe that. You know, you think I'll just believe anything you tell me. You like living in the wild east. Alright, so f5. Once again, he's got the Queen's Indian problem. I did a middle game series that you guys can research online. The middle game series I did for the Chess World. And one of the chapters I actually did was like the bad knight. This knight is a classic Queen's Indian problem. The fact that he can't get that knight into the game is like a kind of strategic catastrophe in this opening. It's the biggest problem with the Queen's Indian. And things like the... Dude, you're telling me they have Carl's Jr.? We didn't have that in New England. I mean, that's crazy, dude. You have things that like we don't even have in some regions of the United States. Major regions of the United States. I don't think I've ever seen a Carl's Jr. in the Northeast. Okay, so see that's what I'm talking about. Problem. That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Knight. Dairy Queen. That's weird. That's just weird, dude. Dairy Queen in Southeast Asian countries. If you told, like, I mean, a Hungarian would have no clue what you're talking about, dude. If you ask them what is a Dairy Queen. It doesn't exist in Eastern Europe, for sure. Different marketing. Anyway, it was fun having this conversation, but let's get back to the chess standings. Alms is in first place by a margin. Sakharuk, Slohan, myself, and Jeroen. Got to keep Jeroen under control here. He's playing knight and rook odds now. Knight and rook odds. Taco Bell I'm not surprised by. I'm surprised they don't have Taco Bell in Hungary like they never did. It's weird. Let me ask you a question, Juicebox Wizard. Do they have, in like Southeast Asian supermarkets, do they have express lanes in the supermarket? Is there like a fast aisle if you have just like a couple of items? It's like one of my pet peeves in Hungary that for some reason the supermarkets here, they never figured out the idea of having like, you know, a faster line. Although now they're getting like, they're starting to get like automatic, you know, electronic checkout, self-checkout and stuff anyway, so. But it's just weird. It's weird how things in the world work like that. Undermine it, take it down, destroy it. Kill the pawn structure, kill the pieces. Kill his dark square pawns. I can't stand it when I go to the supermarket in like Eastern Europe and I have the two things and there's no like, you know, 10 items or less lane. You have to wait like for 4 people with like 50 items. It wouldn't be that difficult to figure that out, you know. It's all good. Healthy strategy makes Jack a dull boy. Now, Jeroen never got out of the box here. I think his f5 was where he started to really lose the thread. Although he never solved the queenside knight problem. Just losing a piece. The queenside knight. Bad knight. You just walk in and bribe people to move to sneak up in the line, right? What's up, guys? Alms, Mr. Slowhand, myself, PSG Sakharuk, having a slow start. I'm sure he'll be in it. 11-year-old, 10-year-old. Looks like 11 because it's 1. 10-year-old. All right, guys. Who else wants to join the tournament? We probably got some other people. Those guys, Dr. Small, did you ever answer me? Who else wants to join our club? Just have to answer a brief survey and subject yourself to some hazing. Once upon a game. Oh, can't find the club. You should be able to find the club. I mean, just click on my profile, for example, and go in the list of clubs I belong to. Should be easy. Does anybody in the chat, in the Twitch chat, have the link? Pawn and Horses Club. The Maltese Falcon. An express experience. I'm not paying somebody $20 to cheat up in line in the supermarket, dude. Yeah, Someone on Sound. Do you know the club link? Someone on Sound is here. Thanks, Trouts. It's just too hard for me to play and link that. That's awesome, guys. Thank you. Okay, so Titan chess play d5. This is bad. This transposes to the so-called Marshall defense, which is like an inferior opening for black. Someone on Sound knows about that. He's well versed in this. He used to play it intentionally. How's the Grunfeld coming along? Hypermodernism and Someone on Sound don't mix. It's basically like a poor man's Grunfeld. I feel like I'm even overextending myself a little bit by playing d5. Someone on Sound, did you try the Henning Shara Gambit like I suggested? So I can play b4, but that doesn't win a piece. Bishop d2 might win a piece. It's kind of a funny way to win a piece, isn't it? Funny, haha. No, Someone on Sound, you see, that's the problem. If you play just on lichess and most online chess servers, below a certain level, it doesn't really feel like competitive chess level openings for the most part. I mean, unless you start playing people who are like 2200-ish. I mean, there are exceptions, but people just play e4. Online e4 is, amongst average players, the proclivity to play e4 versus anything else is like massive. Whereas if you play in tournament chess, I mean, even amongst players who are under 1800, if you were to go to like live tournaments and play, you would get a lot of d4. You know, it's weird. I mean, I guess my knight can come back to d1. Now he's setting up b4, bishop b5 threats, so that's... You need to play a bunch of games. Well, there's nothing wrong with your Albin, I guess. It's pretty limiting. I mean, I think everybody should have more than one opening, though. More than one opening with white, more than one opening against d4, more than one opening against e4. Ideally two that you know really well. Ideally more, but for most amateurs that's not a realistic possibility. It's hard enough to like learn, for anybody to learn like 3 openings. I told a joke about Gashimov that my teammate said. Vugar Gashimov, he used to like, he would know like 8 different variations. Now like 4 different variations of every possible system that he played. Like a backup to a backup to the backup, you know. And that's good too. That's a true professional in terms of opening preparation. Alright, so never underestimate the opponent. even if they're 1,500 or 1,200, 1,000 points lower than you. Doesn't matter. Time is money, friend. Does anybody else want to join the Panda and Horses Club? And this game keeps showing up over there. I have my game on 2 different screens. 2 different windows. If you join the Panda and Horses Club, you can be part of this wonderful tournament we're doing right now. No, I'm not kidding, like someone on sound. You have a problem that you don't really seem to gravitate toward hyper-modern openings. But there are 2 schools of thought about that kind of thing. I mean, should you play these things to make yourself tougher? Or should you avoid them to have better practical results? You know? Depends on what you want out of life, I guess. Alright. Indie Writer. Indie Writer, you've been to my tournaments before, right? You should be able to join. Paperback Writer. It's a Beatles song. I'm not that old, but I did hear a lot of Beatles on the radio when I was a kid. Alright, what's up? Bishop takes f5. Oh, you never played in my arena, really? Well, that's weird. You can join the Panda and Horses Club. You have to request to join, and I can allow you to join. So, find the club, get the link. Yeah, Titan Chess. It's like the same thing I was thinking, like, oh, my pawn at f5 is hanging. That doesn't really work, though. Titanic. I'm just playing for fun, guys. I don't have to win the tournament. I'm happy when you guys win. Slow hand, Alms. PSG Soccer Rook looks like he's not in competitive mode today. Not in a competitive mode. The Germans are dominating. Okay, Vichy the player. The reason you learned the Danish, you didn't understand how to play with the initiative. If you say Danish, you're going to make people hungry. People in Hungary. They really have Danishes in Denmark. I always thought that was like just you know, typical assumption that Danishes were really Danish. But it was confirmed to me by a Danish friend. That's like a real thing. Alright. Let's end this. No more back rank mate. One of the best things about living in Hungary is, like, if you like food, pastries, products like that are very good. They don't really do Danishes, though. We're all over the map in terms of conversation, guys. Feel free. I'm happy to talk about chess. Clearly. Tournament link. Guys, I'm going to have a stream tomorrow. We haven't done a Wednesday stream in months, since last spring. It's about time. Weird Wednesday. Titan chess had to play f5, although I would just sack my queen to win simply. Yeah, you'd like it here, Juicebox. It's not as cheap as Southeast Asia, though. It used to be very inexpensive to live in Hungary, but I don't think so. But it's catching up. The cost of living here is really catching up to the rest of, let's say, Western Europe slowly. But I think you'd like it. Definitely not quite as wild as Asia, I guess. Where's the mate? Close to stalemate, but no cigars. Could be. King h6 is a good try. That'd be the better try. Alright. Mr. Slowhand in first place. On the podium. Feels like the Winter Olympics or something. Deutschland. Oh no, it's not the Olympics. Hungary is up there. I forgot I changed my flag from the United States to Hungary. We definitely wouldn't be in the Olympic podium. Maybe in like water polo. PSG Sakharuk. 10-year-old. Smear Titan chess. Jeroen, Serhan, and Trouts. Okay, let's see. We've got an hour left in the tournament. This is just for fun. But I'm going to be streaming playing Weird Openings tomorrow. That's our old standby. I mean, I can always change it up, but I got a player. I hate the way that, you know what? You know what isn't cool? The fact that it's taking over all my windows. Like, I don't want to see. I have a second window open on lichess so I can monitor, like, entries to the club. This didn't used to do this. Like, this is something new. When I start a game, it starts transferring that over to the other window. What's up with that? That's annoying. It's exactly the same as my other game with Jeroen. Exactamundo. Now, bishop e2. This is different. Jeroen went with bishop d3. Juicebox, you should be like a tourist industry guide or something. Do you think about getting a job as a tour guide or something? While you're there, dude? You seem to like it. Maybe you should stay. All right. Where's Bob, by the way? Does Bob have to work? Does he actually have a job? I mean, Alaskan King Crab, did you see? There was something about some Japanese king crab for like tens of thousands of dollars. Was it like $1 million king crab or something? I saw on the BBC last week. There's some insane prices for like crabs. That's crazy. You know, like one crab, it's like $1 million. They're using artificial shark fins. Trouts, what's that? The diamond crab? Is that a thing? I saw some Japanese seafood like some article about this perfect crab. It was like I don't know how much. Maybe it wasn't $1 million, but it was like they were holding it up, taking pictures of it. Like one of those giant tunas they sell for like tens and tens of thousands of dollars. Maybe more. So we had the same knight problem here. This is actually even worse for him. Kill the knight. I remember once I played this opening with white and I lost to a 2100. Like one of the last times I played. The Nimzo Larsen. Dude, it's like lobster. When the Pilgrims came to the United States, lobster was like dog food or whatever, you know. They fed it to... It was like the worst food. For prisoners, the poorest people. Now it's like the most expensive menu item in New England. Anyway, don't talk about seafood. You feed your dog lobster? It's funny. Nice. I bet he does. It's his natural diet. Lobster dog. I was thinking about bishop g4. I know it doesn't seem right though to do that. Is he gonna play at some point like knight e5? This doesn't seem right. I just don't know how he's supposed to negotiate his queenside. I mean, it should be normally knight a3, knight c4. But having played a3, he screwed up his queenside, so the knight can't get out properly. I mean, it's always really tricky to get that knight out in any kind of Queen's Indian English attack, or English defense, I mean. But now it's like, what do you do without the ability to play knight c3? I don't really want to trade, but I guess that's the plan. Yeah, I envy your dog. I had lobster in Provincetown. It's like $40 this summer. Not even that big of a lobster. All right. Bishop g4. Apple juice. With alcohol. No, I don't like apple cider. Just beer. Good old-fashioned beer. So I see how he can try to make this work, I guess. What are you going to do? Take? Oh, yeah. That's another way to try to do it. Once this happened to me against Igor Novikov, where my bishop got... It was even worse than this, though. It was like this pawn is on d3. I had that structure with black against Novikov. The c pawn was on d3. This bishop was sealed off forever, for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. Now it's dead. However, slightly risky response. He has found a way to get his knight into the game. I'm going for the dark squares. The e5 square in particular. Though I don't think I played this optimally. He is kind of salvaging his bad pieces. So now we have to just go for the pawn squish. But he's only very slightly worse. Maybe not even that much worse. Great defense by Vichy the player. We're trying to prepare c4. Acerby, what's happening? You taking off? You're not allowed to leave. Dude's just shutting me down. I guess he's like a increment pro. 2200 in bullet. These are pretty high ratings you got now. Uh-oh. Fell for my dastardly trap. Psychologist? Fight to the bitter end. I have a plan. Oh, he's trying to get away. Stop trying to get away. He got away. Technical win. It's a technical win. I know, dude. This game would make anybody fall asleep. We've still got like an hour left in the tournament. Take care, Juicebox. I guess I should play rook a1 there. Psychic network. Whatever. Am I in the square of the pawn or not? I don't know, dude. I just dropped a pawn. Probably not enough to save him. This is an arena, Vishy the player. You know, you might want to consider something. Don't resign or anything. I wouldn't want to get more points in this tournament or anything. All right. Mr. Slowhand, 16, 16, 16. 10-year-old. PSG Soccer Rook. Soccer Rook must have dropped out. Yeah, that was the longest 9 seconds I ever saw. I mean, he's obviously very comfortable with that increment, which is good. It's good to be able to play with increment. It's really essential now. So, my last opponent, you know, he adapts. That's important. A lot of people just can't adjust to playing either like sudden death or with increment blitz. But I think you have to do both well. So far, these three players, Mr. Slowhand here donated 1,000 bits, guys. So he deserves to win the tournament. I dropped out as I had to use the web browser in the phone, and it just wasn't going well. So you were able to play through the phone. I never used the phone app for playing in tournaments. How come I'm always so relaxed? I'm not. That's the secret. Am I relaxed? Maybe today I'm relaxed. Hold on a second. We're in the middle of a game. I forgot. Is that important? Okay, so how many of these have we played, Slowhand? I've had all this training against someone on sound. Actually, T-Dark, there's a lot of stress in my life. I'm trying to sell my house in America, and the deal is kind of iffy right now. So, ironically, I am actually under a lot of stress. Chess has always been an escape for me, to be quite honest. You can't hear me anymore. You turned it off? Good. So, even when my life was the worst it ever was at one point, many years ago, yeah, that would have been a good idea, someone on sound. That would have been a good idea. Although I thought the last time against him I had a pretty good position in this line. I'm not too stressed. And there are worse problems in life. But the buyers of my house, they're going to try to wheedle me down in price. And I'm kind of worried about it. Because I have to decide how much I want to deal with this. How long I can wait to sell my house. And it's been bothering me a lot. So, Alms lost his streak. What happened? Queen b8. This is exactly like my game with someone on sound last time. right? He's following the exact same line. I'm not necessarily going to buy a new house. I have an apartment in Budapest. I don't have to buy a second house. So that's something that I don't know about. The only important thing is that I sell my old house, so I don't have to pay money to keep it in working. So I might just be staying in Hungary like year round instead of going to the United States for part of the year. I don't know, the summers are really hot here though. I'm not really looking forward to staying in Budapest in the summer. It gets really, really humid. It's just unpleasant. Yeah, I mean, I like it around the rest of the year, but summer here is just really hot and unpleasant. It's like central. Well, you're not from America, but if you were from America, I would compare Budapest to like Baltimore, somewhere central Atlantic that's just really hot and humid. You must have a big house, WJ Leaf. Knight e5. So this is exactly my game, you know, from the other day. With, yeah, I could probably buy a house in Pennsylvania for a lot less than Southeast Massachusetts. But I don't really want to move back to the United States. Real estate prices are a little more realistic in your region. In New England, it's like, in Massachusetts, where I lived, it's overpriced, everything. Rook takes d6, wow. This is normal. You're copying someone on Sound's line. So we had queen d8 last time. Technically, I'm supposed to play queen a7. Well, anyway, that was the last analysis I did. I played queen d8 against someone on Sound. But I'm not sure if he's really supposed to take the exchange. Someone on Sound prefers to kind of long term. You know, to sack the pawn long term. Really? Worse, like the state of Pennsylvania? That's hard to believe, but probably, yeah, people get paid more in Massachusetts. I don't know. Boston's out of control with housing prices. I used to live in like one of the wealthiest parts of the city of Boston. I could never afford that today. Like I did when I was a student. It was affordable still. Alright, this is weak. Weak. Very weak, queen b8, but... Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, right? Rent, $1,300, so... You're paying, what, $15,000 of your income? Like, how can people even afford to live, you know? That's high, though, isn't it? No, probably not. Yeah, I mean, if you don't make, like, double that income, it's very hard to even get by. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Well, I can stay in Budapest, where Budapest, the average income is probably like $15,000 a year. That's probably high. The rent is probably like $500. It's a lot easier for me to afford to live here, but I do have my own place, so luckily I don't have to pay rent. Berlin is crazy expensive, isn't it? Malmo is probably bad too. There's a lot of stuff recently about rent control in like Berlin. I mean, isn't there a sort of issue about that. Traditionally, there was like rent control, but I don't know that much about it. When I went to Berlin last time, like 4 years ago, there was so much development in the city. I mean, German guys know more than I do, but I never saw so many buildings being built like in a city at the same time. It was crazy. I mean, there were cranes on every street building or renovating buildings. Like every single major street, there was like some kind of. It was just like a city of cranes everywhere. Someone on sound prefers the exchange sack. Blah blah blah. I know you do. Knight d5 check is coming, and then what am I going to do? Seriously, what's up with this position? I'm just worse here. I mean, I'm going to have to retreat. I guess I'm going to have to retreat my king back to f8, which is pathetic. I can't take on d5. White's still, I mean, it's a computer style position. Humans don't like this bad bishop, but chess engines would argue it significantly gives white an advantage here. Though I think that the simplifications have favored black. I can play this now. Equalizing. And maybe black could play for more. Ooh, there's a pawn. Is my knight trapped? Oh, that's crazy. Knight d3 check. King e1, knight takes b2. I mean, I guess I can bail my knight out with b5. This has got to be a bad move. Your king has to contribute in the center. King f1 must be better than king g2. That's a serious mistake. Now he's like losing. Outside pawn. Knight in game's very unforgiving. Maybe I just screwed it up though. Let's run. Jeez. I probably had a better move somewhere. You think? Maybe? Oh, dude. I mean, you play king d4 there, it's mandatory. The final mistake. can I win these pawns? Can somebody tell me, please? How do I win the pawns? Now he's getting tricky. You better not be drawing this. What is it, like? Barely a win? The second longest game in history. Lots of rook pawns. Knights like rook pawns. Alright, we did it. Om's messed up his streak starter. He got a draw? What happened? With Blobix. Ah, yeah, Blobix is tough, man. Blobix is tough. Notch Papa's here. Man, Mr. Slowhand had chances to the bitter end, probably. Few endgame mistakes and time pressure. Okay, guys, I think I have more requests to join the tournament, actually. Nordagon, no. No, Delacorda, accept. Accept. Page not found? Delacorda's not. He's not. Delacorda left? Russian. Urus. Alright, let's let Pure Persifist play. I don't know him, but we'll take more players. Mr. King of the Hill there. What's that mean? What happened to Delacorda? Where are you? Come back. What's this? We lost Delacorda. He's a friend of the stream. I didn't see him in the chat, though. Maybe to take off. Guys, support the stream. Don't forget. Thank you, Mr. Slowhand, for doing so. 5-bedroom at 500 euros a month. Damn, dude. That's a good deal. All right. Here's the alms. It's been a long time. WG Lou, thanks for the donation. I'm running off in first place. I don't think so. What are we gonna do with alms? I haven't played him in months. Playing our lame opening repertoire. Hardweiss and Nudal appears with a donation of 1,500 bits. Wow. Reverse Grunfeld. WG Lou, thank you so much. Hardweiss and Nudal, thank you, sir. 1,500. Even more generous than I can imagine. Long time. But actually, Hardweiss and Nudal would make donations when I was streaming in America, too. We got some. Thank you very much. Sometimes people didn't watch my stream at all when I was streaming from the other time zone. Like Oms, I think, couldn't watch at all. You're gonna miss this week's Simul? Okay, Oms, I don't remember you playing the Tarash. Your normal repertoire is like more reserved. Queen's Gambit declines. You're in Tel Aviv. Can't play from there. I guess you have some business. I had a couple of games just like this, even not that long ago, here online. Someone on Sound gets to travel all over the world for business. Lucky guy. I hope that his dealing with jet lag is better than mine, because I still am not fully recovered after a week and a half. Oliveira Lucas, another winning position blown. Getting there is half the battle, right? You have to look at it positively. If you can get a winning position, that's a good sign. There was a game I had against someone. Was it you, Alms? Actually? Dude, it was Alms, wasn't it? Like months ago? Wait, what's up with this? Knight f5? But it just occurred to me, like, if I play knight f5, why can't black play d4? A month ago? It had to be more than a month ago. It was like 3 months ago. I mean, it had to be quite a while ago. Of course, I'm really good with... There was a game where I had an improvement for you, and now I can't remember what it was. But what the heck is the deal with like knight b5, knight f5, d4? There I actually just go knight. I can literally just go like knight b5. It looks totally wrong. There was some game where I have the sick move. I literally do not remember this at all. Anything like this before happening. This is not what I remember. It was different. There was something different. Blobix is tough. He's a good player. He likes technical endgames and hates direct attack. That's like the time that I always tell this stupid story. Back in the early computer era, Roman Djindjiashvili told Igor Ivanov, like, computers don't understand tactics, but they're really good at positional play. It's like, okay. Oh man, what was the deal with this? This is not how our other game went. This is just not how the other game went. That's all I know. Something different. Why is it different? Did I play the wrong move here after bishop h5? Did you play a different move? Something, I'll have to look it up after the stream. I don't understand. Our other game was just different. It was not this position. Bishop d5, rook d8, e4. No. But you have full compensation for the sacrificed pawn. It's not even really a pawn sacrifice. I mean, you could just take on e2. You can play rook d8. My bishop pair is some sort of symbolic advantage here. Purely symbolic. My pawn structure is about to get ravaged. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to look this up. There's no other solution. Because this is not really right. Okay, bishop f4 is not really the main line. I mean, it's the sideline. This is just a sideline. It's not supposed to be the best for white. It just isn't as good as the main line. I had another draw with someone. This is just... dynamic equality. Oh, man. All right. So, I assume it's equal at the end. Oh, my God. Dude, we played the exact game. Golod versus Tigran Petrosian, the junior. That's funny. 22 moves exactly the same. Alright. That's funny. I'm not convinced by white here at all. I have to find an improvement. Chess is forced. Is there anybody else trying to join the tournament? The club? Join the club. My opening preparation sucks, in case you guys didn't notice. That's why I lost my team match on Sunday. Horrible. Lost with white. I was worse after 15 moves. So much for preparation. Alright, back to the tournament. Sparklers Arena. I'm somehow still in first place. I had a streak starter, he didn't. His streak starter had died. 10-year-old's coming up. Morwaz here, look out. And he's 2,500 in bullet now. Oh my god. He's here and he's angry. Morwaz with like an all-time high in bullet, 2513, 2347 in blitz. He's breaking through. I think he's like 2,000 FIDE now. But he's stronger than that in fast. Future French chess master. Look out, Blobix. This guy's for real. He's a good player. He's coming along. He's underrated. Steam Express, good night. Yoishtek Kivanak. I can't pronounce Hungarian when I read it. It's hard. Yoishtek Kivanak. Good evening. We would say good evening. So Steam Express is Hungarian. There's also Naj Papa, who was here earlier. Yeah. Hungarian is often used in like science fiction movies for the alien language. Alright. The other day I took a call on the stream and answered in Hungarian. Briefly. That was entertaining. T-Dark, you know, this whole thing about being connected to Finnish, you really have to speak to a linguistic expert. I'm not sure, you know, how closely related they are. I mean, there are theories. There are theories that, like, some ancient tribes of, you know, migrant hordes separated, and some of them went to Finland, and some of them stayed in Hungary. You know, I mean, there is some linguistic connection between Finnish and Hungarian. You know, some of the, like, I'm not the person to really answer you about that. I like how I get Magyarin. Magyar. I like how I get Marwa first game with the 2,500 bullet rating. He's fast, he's practical. He's like me though, he's kind of weakest in the opening. The only weak point we can really get Marwa is in the opening. The secret is to just get an edge and keep it the whole game against this opponent. Get a slight edge and try to hold on. His technique is good. He's pretty fast. I think this is considered to be like very slightly better for white. Kind of an offbeat. There's like an offbeat move order. Going on here. Finland was like one of the first countries the Nazis invaded, right? Or wasn't that like the first country after Poland that they invaded? Pretty overnight, they just took over Finland or something. I remember studying that. It wasn't, maybe not overnight, but it wasn't a long battle. So I wouldn't say they... Yes, Hungary also... Well, Hungary stayed with the Germans, you know, politically speaking. That's why they lost... Well, actually, they lost a lot of territory. I don't know, but they were considered to be allies with the Nazis. Yeah. Queen b6. e3. Wonder if you could sack an exchange, like knight takes d4, e takes d4, rook takes c4, b takes c, queen takes b2. Could you sack an exchange like that? Bob's here. He picks the most awkward political moment to arrive. It's like that episode of the Faulty Towers when they start making insulting references toward the Germans. Get over it. Queen d2. Alright, queen e2, queen d2. To take over the world? Is that what we're talking about? They did their best, Bob? Make America great again, Bob. I'm going to avoid exchanges now. We'll pop back to d to e2. Maybe knight f4. Maybe knight d5. But Marwa will play b5. That's going to break out, actually. I'm not sure this is such a good idea, but he's so far ahead of me on time. Not sure what to do. I don't really like h5. That looks like a pretty significant weakening of black's position. Bob, you always have to stir the pot with awkward comments. I think we can get beyond World War II now. Think of something more modern. Let's develop a bit more. Although, if he's going to play b5, I might want my rook on a1. Knight d5. Knight d5. Although, let's just do it. Knight d5, knight d5. That's a strong piece. He really should strive to get rid of that. Not easy to do, though. He's got b5. Bishop b2, queen b2, b5. Maybe rook c1 there. Rather than taking on b5, I can try to play like rook c1 and take back with a rook. Bishop e6 is a good idea. I don't really want to let him trade that if I can help it. Unless I have something really good. If I play knight f4 though, then he can stick his knight on e5 in retaliation. Anyway. This h5 move. Any tactics? Tactics, please. White's pleasantly better, but there's no way to, like, break through. That looks like it's Very, very dangerous. Actually, what the heck is going on? This actually holds the e3 pawn. Still could get complicated, though. If king f8, f4, e6, pawn takes e5, pawn takes d5. That looks horrible for black. Okay, king g8, knight takes e7 check. He made a hasty move there. I'd like to thank everybody for donations supporting the stream. Hartweiss and Nudal, Mr. Slowhand, Oms, WJ Loof, Merle Dixon, HTFP. What's going on in the tournament standing? I'm still tied for first with Oms. Mr. Slowhand, 10-year-old, and Marwa back behind us. We have 22 minutes left, so it's getting down to the end. 36 viewers. Guys, I'm adding a stream. We're going back to Wednesdays, so I'm going to be here in the morning. I'll try for around 10 a.m., but perhaps we'll start like around 10:30. It feels like the earlier time, I don't get that many viewers. Shorish George, he has a Hungarian tennis coach. Your brother knew him. Yeah, I mean, Shorish George is. He's gonna play this line. He's the boogeyman. All right. Look at this position. This is the first line I said. Pawn takes d6. Queen e3 check, king h1. Maybe king h2. I'm tempted to go for this. There's a long line here. He might be listening to the stream, so I actually should be careful what I say. I mean, h4 is an additional idea, but I don't think he can do that. I have no threats immediately here, obviously. Okay, so d4. I mean, this rook e1 is coming. He found d4, but he's hanging a lot of stuff. I mean, rook e1, queen c3. Queen a3 is interesting. Actually, I was speaking of tennis in Hungary, I was thinking of trying to find sports for my kids to play. I was thinking of maybe tennis. The appropriate etiquette? What does that mean? Oh, well, I mean, you do what you want. Do what you want to do. Hungary's not really a big tennis country, but people play tennis. Actually, one of the clubs that I play for has tennis courts. Damn, I don't know about this. This doesn't look right. Rook d7. Defending everything. This doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. I'm panicking. Help. And I'm running out of time. I put my queen on a3. I don't know about that. Almost just hung my queen. Wow. Wow. See, this is where Marwa will just have an advantage now because he's super fast. I let him play rook d7. That probably holds. There is no etiquette. I mean, you can watch the stream if you want to. I try to say deceptive things sometimes to throw people off. He's starting bishop e4. Winning. Winning the game. Well, actually not. I mean, I'd have rook g1 again. I know. I could have taken on b7. It's all great. No, I feel like an idiot for not taking that when I could. But now maybe he's gone too far. That's a brilliant move, actually. Damn. He prevented that. Prevented me from playing rook e7. Maybe not, though. h4 is good. Now rook e7. Maybe I'm going too far. Probably I am. Now black might be better. What am I doing, really? I have no threats. Ridiculous how solid he is. This is an inferior move by me. Yeah, Stream Express, I think you told me this before, actually. Now you're bringing it back. My Alzheimer's disease had a brief moment of... No. Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that before. Now I remember. That's cool. By the smallest margin humanly possible. All right. We got back to tied with Alms. Yeah, you can find coaches in courts easily. And it is much less expensive, sure. I mean, I'm sure it's still relatively expensive for Hungarians, but it's like tennis coaching in America is insanely expensive. Like most things. The chess coaches. Not all of them are insanely expensive. All right, guys, we're tied for first still. How much time we have left? Long games. Where's the tournament? There it is. 12 minutes. Time for one more game. Come on. My kids started doing fencing, which is actually it's kind of a popular sort of sport in Hungary. Like, it's weird. You would see fencing a lot less in the United States. It's kind of a thing here. Like, everybody knows about it, but you would never really find it in America very easily. All right, what's up? Sparkle Horse, Slow Hand. Are we winning on tiebreak? What's happening now? What's the top game? Blubix has been kind of a spoiler tonight. Morois, Mr. Sohan's going to have his hands full with Morois. Angry. The angry Morois. We took him out in the end game. I was losing the thread there, actually. I almost lost control of that game. I was willing to probably take a draw at some point. What time is it for you, Oliveira Lucas? In Brazil. Similar to USA times. Yeah, there's a new stadium. A lot of controversy over stadiums being built in Hungary. A new mayor. There's a lot going on here. I just got back. I haven't been here since May. Controversy over how much money is spent on building stadiums or not. There's always controversy wherever you go. Of some kind. Alright guys, listen, I'm going to do a stream tomorrow. It's going to be... Jim, what's up? Yeah, I'm still here. We're going to stream tomorrow, Jim. Another stream for you to not watch. Tomorrow morning, around 10 or 10:30, I'm going to do a Weird Wednesday. We're going to bring back the 6 days a week stream. Jim, you can get in the tournament. You have time for one game. Jim is our tournament manager. He's like the bouncer. Make sure no illegitimate members get in the tournament. Take care, WJ Loof. What happened with Save a Dog? He actually didn't play. Notch Papa played 2 games. Trouts played a bunch. A lot of people joined and didn't play, though. It's really a battle between these stronger players. There's been like a 6-way, really strong 6-way battle at the top. Blobix too. Blobix taking it easy with only 4 games. Playing the spoiler. Blobix just felt like a couple games. He's a strong player. All these are strong players. I probably know the least about 10-year-old. He seems pretty good. Maybe a little underrated. Just came back from work. Oh, Vichy again. Okay, he likes, we had this, I tried this last time. He likes the closed Sicilian. That would take all day. I have 10 minutes for the game. We gotta play something sharp. Maybe he pre-moved? No, it's a reverse sort of Budapest Gambit type thing. My teammate, Pro Rock Martin, plays this. My former teammate. I don't know if he's still playing for my team. I haven't played any games for my team in the Budapest Team Championship. I might play this Sunday, though. I haven't played any matches. I'm supposed to play on Sunday. Don't tell my opponent. Guys. Anyway, I'm a pushover. I've lost both my matches since I came back. Like, strong players, but I played really badly. So my teammate, Pro Rock Martin, he plays this. This is crazy with white. What is this? I guess it's not that bad, actually. Should be good for black, somehow. It's not a Budapest, because I haven't played c5. Should be even better than a normal, like, Budapest Gambit. But, on the other hand, what do I do here? I guess I can equalize easily, or rather easily. Actually, there he can play bishop takes e6. 97 bishop takes e6. That actually might be quite interesting. Queen d4 is probably the computer move. The troll asked me. So you have a communication, you have lines of communication. It's like North Korea, a direct line to North Korea. Jim, how do you get all these connections? So what good did it do to play Queen d4? I ask you. How did that help after Queen e2? Just looks good for white, actually. Jim, thanks for the donation, man. My position is stupid now. There was no sense in playing Queen d4. It's just a complete waste of time. Essentially. I just literally wasted time. Almost trapping my own queen. Anyway, I don't think this game is even going to count. We have just 6 minutes left. With increment, I don't think we're even going to finish in time. So Alms is on fire. He's also been undefeated, right? Somebody, whoever's playing Alms, just please hope it's not Asterbait. I don't mean that because Asterbait is low rated. I mean because Asterbait likes to lose when I need him to not lose in that last critical match. This is like a bad Budapest Gambit for me. Jeez. You've actually studied this with white? It's kind of scary. I feel like he gave me a little bit of a breathing room. Maybe not, though. How do I get the rest of my pieces out? Game is just not going to count. Alms is past me. I can try to play b6 and bishop b7 or bishop a6. He's got some very Budapesti Gambit type of stuff going on. Jim, thank you for the donation. Draw is not accepted. He wouldn't resign last time either. I probably would have more points if Vishy the player had not played out that game. A million moves. He would have more points too. We're not going to finish this game in time, dude. It's not going to help anybody. He might have a really strong attack here, though. F5 probably going to be necessary at some point. Queen e5, then f4, that's a good move. I tried to offer a draw. I can't offer another draw now. You can offer a draw if you want to. It won't let me offer another draw because I offered a draw recently. There's some program. But no, I mean, you're entitled to play, man. It's your game. I think right now only white can offer a draw. What's happening? Queen h5, pawn takes. That's actually okay for me. Queen h5, pawn takes, queen takes h7 check is unclear. That might be a draw by rep or something. I don't know. Bishop b3. Two minutes left. Ahm's is going to win the tournament. How did he get another point? How did Ahm's go from 26 to 27? Like, what's that about? It's not allowing a draw. Maybe I need to refresh my page or something. Now it will let me off for a draw. It won't matter, though. I still won't catch up to Ahm's. He somehow got extra points. You know, I didn't realize you could do this. Bishop e3. I thought I had queen c5 check. I do, but it's not that good for me. I guess I'll have to sack my queen. I'm losing now. Just like every single move with tempo. It's like a perfect game by white. The draw against Marwah with an exchange up. He played the whole game in like 20 seconds, probably. I'm objectively losing here. I could sack my queen for 2 pieces. It's not enough. I might as well not give him any more tempos. Tempi, whatever. Just lose a pawn. Bishop takes e6 check. Not knight takes. Bishop takes e6 check. It's quite an impressive game by white. Congratulations on the tournament win, Ahm's. Comeback tournament victory. Oh, I'm going to lose the exchange too. Wow. Nice. Well, I'm down a pawn for nothing, for what that's worth. Still not that bad of a result, since I felt like I was completely lost. There's still hope. Game doesn't count for the tournament. But this isn't the Budapest indie writer. You have to understand. I didn't play c5, you know. It's not the same opening. The Budapest is basically based on the fact that white has played c4 and d4, and there's a lot more weaknesses in the position. What you did is technically not correct. I didn't play the best moves. But if I were to play the best moves, you'd probably be like slightly worse. I mean, nobody really plays this with white, except for my crazy teammate. There's no real way to play the Budapest with colors reversed. I mean, I thought about crazy ideas like a3 on move 1. And then, depending on what black does, you could try to play a Budapest with the extra move. Does that make sense? Can you play the Budapest with a3? I'm trying to think, what is the best waiting move if you're white and you want to play a reverse Budapest gambit? What would be the most useful waiting move? a4 or something like that. You lost all your bists. You didn't lose them. You bought first place in the tournament with them. Just kidding. Just kidding. Is my queen trapped? Damn, dude. Rook d4. Queen has like no squares. Unbelievable how few squares it has. Queen f1. That was an impressive game. So now I played this ridiculous move here, Queen d4. White is slightly worse after 5 moves, but I can't play Queen d4. This is not a good move. Alright, so that game doesn't count. We have joined requests, but it's too late, guys. I'm sorry I didn't catch your late join requests. So the tournament is over. OMS wins the tournament. Very strong performance. 12 games played. Your style must be much different than mine. I mean, how did you get 12 games played? And I only had 8. Mr. Slowhand, thanks. You finished 5th. You had a bad finish. A lot of strong players, though. OMS is strong. I'm pretty strong. Morwa is strong. Vishy, the player you could see, played a fantastic game against me in the last round. Blobix is strong. So it's not that bad to lose a bunch of games in a row against those guys. And we had 24 players. First OMS, myself second. Morwa snuck into 3rd place with a late entry, basically. He came like halfway through the tournament or something. 10-year-old Mr. Slowhand, Vishy the player, Blobix, PGS, PSG, I don't know, I want to say PGS, Serhan, and Osmir. So we had 24 players all together, guys. Thanks for supporting the tournament. Strong FM. The French are always late. It's like Mexico time, I thought. I always joke that with my Mexican friends. This is like mañana. Anyway, guys, it was fun. I'm going to be back tomorrow in the morning. We're going to do a weird opening stream. An old tradition of mine that I haven't upheld in a while. We'll play Blitz and Rapid Chess with unusual openings. Anyway, it was fun. Good games. OMS, nice comeback to the stream. Congratulations. Thanks for watching and following, guys. Taking part. I'm going to try to go back to the, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 6 streams a week. Not 6 o'clock. But hello. We're going to be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. or 10:30, about there. And we'll do our normal 2.5-hour stream. Okay? Bye, guys. Take care, guys. We'll see you later.